From Commonwealth Bay, it was about 30 miles to get to Port Martin, which is just simply a series of islands, an archipelago, with a peninsula which is also ice-free.
Just sitting in Port Martin here, pretty tight little entrance. Just checking it out as a possible anchorage. Doesn't look all that crash hot because the prevailing southeasterlies blow straight through it really. But interesting spot. We're just going to check out this pass up ahead and see what the water depth is like through there.
Had one night there and then carried on to Dumont-Deville Base, which takes you past the Astrolabe Glacier.
The wind dropped completely. The sea was flat calm like a mirror with all this ice studded around it. It's so beautiful.
Okay, and if the weather is good, how long do you wish to stay?
If we could spend maybe the morning, tomorrow morning, having a look at Île de Petrel, that would be fantastic. Over.
Okay, do you have an authorization to come here? Do you want to stay on the boat, or do you wish to go down to the station?
We have an authorization from Antarctic Division, an environmental permit for the trip. We will be staying aboard the yacht, but if possible we would like to visit the base, or at least land on the island and have a look. Over.
Okay, and do you know where you are going to put your anchor? Do you have an idea? How deep is the boat?
Our draft is 1.8 metres, 1.8 metres. We thought if there is sufficient, not too much ice, we might anchor between Île de Petrel and Île Jean Rostand.
We didn't really know quite what to expect with the French base. Ben had got permission from the French authorities, but the French authorities hadn't actually notified the French base. So when we finally got there, they were totally surprised. They didn't expect any small boat to be out there.
I thought if we're lucky we might get a bit of a look over the base.
We'd heard that the French can be quite, not particularly friendly to strangers.
And as soon as we go in the door, there's about 50 people, all in Martian costumes and with purple drinks, handing them to us. It was great. It was like we were an excuse for them to have a big party. They were just really, really friendly, and they were as pleased to see us as we were to see some other people there. It was pretty cool.
It's probably one of the most bizarre experiences I've ever had in my life.
Sitting there drinking alcohol and playing pool, and then you open a window and you have a look out and there's a big glacier running down and there's penguins running around everywhere, and it's 1 in the morning and it's bright daylight. It was kind of surreal.
But these were real French people living in a French environment, and they're just nuts.
J'ai pleuré des copains, j'ai entendu des grenades donner au petit matin.
Yeah, it was good. It was a good night.
What had happened is a big belt of ice had sort of pushed out to seaward of us, a big impenetrable wall of ice. So we just had to wait for it to clear, and
wait for some good weather. It was quite neat to have a bit of a look and see what they did, and got to see a snow petrel, a real snow petrel, up close, which was amazing. You know.
Just finished eating our snail pie. Tucking into some French cheese, French wine. We spent a week there and we had a lot of fun. Had breakfast, lunch and dinner, 3-course meals, wine with every meal.
We took quite a few of them for a sail and we showed them over the boat. They were pretty amazed that we'd got down there in little snow petrel.
You know, they'd come down on like a 150-foot icebreaker and they thought that was bad.
Yeah, I'll have to take the gloves off and use them for sailing. Stay here all day.
When everything looked right, yeah, we hit it off. We were quite unlucky with the pack ice, but it was a bit more scary going out because you felt a bit trapped. You don't quite know if you're going to get out easily. It got much darker over that period, so the nights were darker, and you know, that led a different sort of character.
We managed to find a lead, and within about 4 or 5 hours we got out of the worst of it. But it was quite a different feeling from the trip in.
Yeah, when we left, the last of our goals was to cross the South Magnetic Pole. And it's not easy because the South Magnetic Pole shows up on the chart. It's always moving. So last year's position, 2005, isn't the same position as this year's. So while we were at the French base, Jacques, who's the magnetic scientist, pinpointed the position for us that it was at 2 days ago. Yes, we're here now, just coming up to it. In fact, I can see a little hole sticking out of the water up here. Let's go and find it, Matt. Yeah.
We went there and we found a flag sitting there. I wonder who'd put that there.
I think we hereby claim the South Magnetic Pole as a New Zealand territory. South Pole!
Despite the slow progress, we were relieved to have the pack ice and katabatic winds behind us, and made the most of this rare mid-voyage break.
How are you feeling, Matt?
Very safe.
Longer rope, Matt.
Here we are in the screaming 60s, chugging along at about 2 knots. It's been a good day today, got a few little bits and pieces done, the cupboard door that got ripped off, put it back on. Now it's time to wash my undies. Unfortunately, the only bucket has got a hole in it. Ben's going to cook us Ben? Coq de vin tonight, chicken and wines. Anyway, it's nice to have pretty much a day off today and just a bit frustrating, but I'm looking forward to getting home now. What you reading, Ben? How many pages?
840 down.
Not enough.
840 down out of 1300.
Tuesday night at the movies. All we need is some popcorn.
Yeah, popcorn,
Yeah,
please,
Matt.
Matt.
Yeah, popcorn.
Once that was over, it was a case of just finding our way home.
Slowly started to get warmer, which was really nice. Managed to air the boat out, dry all the beds and everything out, which they never really dried after that first dunking when we got knocked down on the trip down.
It was one of those trips that seemed to go really quick. You just sort of got on with it. We just wanted to get home. It felt like arriving at a tropical island or something. It was just, you know, wow, it's so beautiful. There's trees, you know.
It was good to be home. It was good to see real land, and quite unusual after what we'd seen.
Yeah, it's just a neat experience to finally be coming back up, having achieved what we set out to do. The boat in one piece, all our friends there to meet us. Yeah, neat feeling.
Hasn't everything run out yet, Matt?
I'm dubbing over some penguins.
Sailing through thick salty air, a Santa breeze leads home, home, sailing through thick.
Yeah, it was, I think, a privilege to be able to sail with them both. It's something I sort of cherish, really.
You haven't won a Grand Prix, you know, man.
Doesn't have a shower.
No need to feel so lonely. I may feel torn between two worlds, but one is where my heart is, and the other my soul, my soul. Sailing through thick salty air, a Santa breeze leads home, home. We lie under one sky, softly trailing our lives. I wander my dreams, searching for those answers. I'll know, I'll know. One more time.